5 U.S. Navy planes took off on a clear afternoon in 1945. The weather was calm, the pilots were experienced. Within hours, every aircraft vanished. No distress call, no wreckage, no bodies. The Navy launched one of the largest search operations in its history, yet the ocean gave nothing back. Official reports were rewritten. Questions were left unanswered. And the Atlantic gained a reputation it has never lost. This was not an isolated event. Across a vast stretch of the Atlantic Ocean, ships have disappeared without warning. Aircraft have dropped off radar mid-flight. Compasses have spun wildly. Radios have fallen silent. Crews have reported confusion, fear, and moments where reality itself seemed to slip. Some were never seen again. Others returned with stories that defied explanation. This region is known as the Bermuda Triangle. From Miami in the west to Bermuda in the north and Puerto Rico in the south, this triangular expanse of water covers nearly 500,000 square miles. On a map, it appears ordinary. In reality, it has become one of the most feared and debated locations on Earth, a place where natural forces, human error, and unanswered mysteries collide. Long before modern radar and satellite tracking, sailors spoke of strange lights hovering over the horizon. They told of sudden storms rising from calm seas, of compasses that refused to point north. These stories were whispered in ports and passed down through generations, warnings disguised as folklore. Over time, the legends grew, and with every disappearance, fear took shape. Then came Flight 19. 5 training aircraft on a routine mission. Pilots reporting that the ocean looked wrong, that directions no longer made sense, that they were lost even though they should not have been. Their final transmissions were calm, then confused, then silent. When rescue planes were sent to find them, one of those aircraft vanished as well. Since then, dozens of ships and planes have been linked to this region. Some wreckage has been found far from where it should have been. Some vessels simply ceased to exist. The sea offered no explanation. Scientists point to powerful ocean currents like the Gulf Stream, capable of dragging wreckage hundreds of miles away. Meteorologists explain sudden storms and rogue waves that can rise higher than buildings. Navigational experts blame human error, outdated instruments, and psychological disorientation. And yet, even with these explanations, gaps remain. Pilots still report strange electrical failures. Sailors still speak of losing time. Modern technology still experiences unexplained glitches. The question remains, is the Bermuda Triangle merely misunderstood, or is there something about this region that we do not yet fully understand? As the sun sets over the Atlantic, the ocean appears calm, almost peaceful. But beneath the surface lies a history written in silence. Tonight, we enter the waters where certainty dissolves, where science is tested, and where the line between explanation and mystery grows thin. This is the Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle, also known as the Devil's Triangle, forms an almost perfect triangle in the western Atlantic Ocean, connecting 3 key points: Miami, Florida, Bermuda, and San Juan, Puerto Rico. To the casual observer, it appears as just another stretch of ocean. But for those who venture within its bounds, the triangle is a region unlike any other, where the combination of geography, ocean currents, and weather patterns creates an environment ripe for mystery. The triangle's area spans roughly 500,000 square miles, encompassing countless islands, shoals, and reefs. Navigational charts reveal complex underwater topography, including deep trenches and irregular seabeds that can alter currents unpredictably. The region sits along one of the busiest maritime and aviation routes in the world, with commercial shipping lanes, fishing vessels, and military training paths all converging in this volatile stretch of ocean. Its popularity as a corridor for traffic, combined with its unique natural forces, contributes to the high incidence of disappearances. Historically, the triangle's boundaries have been defined loosely, often by incidents rather than precise geography. This ambiguity adds to the legend, making it seem as though the danger can appear anywhere within the region. Modern mapping tools have allowed researchers to study the area with greater accuracy, highlighting regions where rogue waves are likely, storm formation is frequent, and magnetic anomalies may occur. Yet, even with advanced satellite and sonar technology, mysteries persist, and the region continues to defy complete understanding. The Gulf Stream, a swift and powerful Atlantic current, cuts through the triangle. Ships and planes caught off course can be swept far from their intended routes in a matter of hours. Hurricanes and tropical storms, often forming unexpectedly, compound the risk. Combined with natural navigational hazards like reefs and sandbars, the triangle becomes a uniquely challenging environment. These geographical and environmental factors provide context for many of the triangle's incidents, but they do not explain them all. Cultural fascination has also shaped our understanding of the triangle. Maps of the region, often overlaid with bright warning colors or highlighted with mysterious symbols, fuel the imagination. Popular media depicts the triangle as a place where reality and legend collide, where natural hazards and unexplained phenomena exist side by side. This combination of geography, environment, and cultural narrative sets the stage for the stories and disappearances that follow, creating a sense of tension and anticipation for those who venture into the triangle. Today, researchers continue to study the triangle using high-resolution mapping, underwater drones, and satellite monitoring. They measure current velocities, storm patterns, and magnetic fluctuations. Yet despite this wealth of information, the Bermuda Triangle retains its mystique. Its shape is easily charted, its boundaries identifiable, but the events within remain unpredictable, creating a space where science, mystery, and legend intersect. The first disappearances, Flight 19. December 5, 1945 marked one of the most infamous events in the Bermuda Triangle's history, the disappearance of Flight 19. 5 U.S. Navy TBM Avenger bombers took off from Fort Lauderdale on a routine training mission over the Atlantic. Their orders were simple: navigate through a series of bombing exercises and return to base. Yet none of the aircraft returned. The lead pilot, Lieutenant Charles Taylor, radioed back reports of navigational confusion. Compasses were malfunctioning and he was unsure of his position. As the planes drifted farther out to sea, visibility dropped and a sudden storm engulfed the squadron. Taylor's voice, calm at first, became increasingly desperate. "We can't find west, everything looks strange, fuel is running low," he reported. The transmission stopped abruptly, leaving search and rescue crews with only fragmented clues. A massive search operation was launched. Ships and aircraft scoured the Atlantic for days, but no trace of Flight 19 was ever found. Even a PBM Mariner aircraft sent to aid the squadron disappeared during the rescue mission, deepening the mystery. The incident became the first widely publicized case associated with the Bermuda Triangle, capturing media attention and sparking public fascination with the area's unexplained dangers. Historians note that Flight 19's disappearance was likely influenced by navigational error, bad weather, and inexperience, yet the exact circumstances remain unknown. The story resonates because it involves brave men vanishing without a trace, instruments failing at a critical moment, and nature itself becoming an impenetrable barrier. Flight 19 became a symbol of the Triangle's danger, a chilling reminder that even skilled pilots could succumb to forces beyond understanding. Eyewitness accounts, later interviews with survivors of other flights, and naval records all detail similar patterns: navigational confusion, sudden storms, and communications failing at crucial moments. Flight 19 was the first case to make the Bermuda Triangle a household name, setting the stage for decades of legends and unexplained disappearances. The human experience of the Bermuda Triangle is as compelling as the statistics. Sailors, fishermen, and pilots have all reported phenomena that defy logic. Compasses spin without reason, instruments fail simultaneously, and sudden fog or storms appear from clear skies. Many describe strange lights on the horizon, hovering or moving in precise geometric patterns. One pilot recalled a flight over the Triangle in the 1960s. His instruments went haywire, the compass stopped working, and a glowing light appeared beneath him, moving in a way no aircraft could replicate. Though he landed safely, the memory haunted him for decades. Similarly, merchant ship captains report sudden storms, disappearing islands, and luminescent shapes beneath the waves, experiences recorded in logs and corroborated by crew members. These accounts consistently describe disorientation, fear, and the sensation of encountering forces beyond comprehension. Survivors often report a lingering psychological impact, nightmares, vivid memories, and a lifelong fascination with the Triangle. Eyewitness reports reinforce the legend, showing that the Bermuda Triangle is not only a region of geographic anomalies, but also of human perception and mystery. Fear of the Bermuda Triangle intensified during the 1950s-70s as newspapers and magazines sensationalized disappearances. Headlines proclaimed "Mystery of the Devil's Triangle" and "Planes vanish without trace," portraying the region as a supernatural threat. Popular media amplified stories of Flight 19, lost vessels, and strange phenomena, creating a climate of dread and fascination. The fear is compounded by human psychology. The triangle is unpredictable, vast, and dangerous. Humans are drawn to patterns and explanations, yet the triangle offers few. The combination of high-profile disappearances, natural hazards, and eerie stories fuels collective anxiety. Even today, the region evokes caution among sailors, pilots, and travelers, a testament to the power of legend intertwined with reality. The Bermuda Triangle sits at the convergence of some of the Atlantic's most powerful forces. The Gulf Stream, hurricanes, rogue waves, and sudden microbursts create treacherous conditions. Currents can sweep ships miles off course in minutes, while storms often appear suddenly, defying forecasts. Experts explain that these natural phenomena account for many disappearances. The ocean's surface can deceive perception, creating illusions of calm while violent forces lurk beneath. Despite these explanations, the triangle maintains its aura of mystery, especially when incidents occur under seemingly normal conditions, leaving investigators and witnesses perplexed. From the 1960s onward, pop culture embraced the Bermuda Triangle. Films, television series, documentaries, and novels dramatized disappearances, blending fact and fiction. The triangle evolved from a geographic hazard into a symbol of the unexplained, a place where mystery reigns. Public fascination was fueled by repeated retellings, emphasizing danger, supernatural explanations, and human vulnerability. As legend grew, the line between reality and myth blurred, cementing the triangle in collective imagination as a zone of fear, wonder, and the unknown. Beyond Flight 19, countless vessels and small boats have vanished without a trace. Fishermen describe sudden fogs, towering waves, and disorienting conditions. Pilots report losing radio contact, instruments failing, and navigating in circles. Some incidents leave debris, others vanish entirely, deepening the mystery. Eyewitnesses recount strange lights, low-frequency hums, and phenomena that defy conventional explanation. The consistent recurrence of these stories reinforces the triangle's enigmatic reputation. Modern technology has only added to the intrigue. Radar screens occasionally lose contact with aircraft or ships in the triangle. Satellites reveal anomalies in ocean temperature, unusual cloud formations, and unexplained disturbances in currents. These technological gaps raise questions. Are the disappearances purely natural, or do unknown forces interfere with instruments? Scientists debate the causes, yet even with advanced monitoring, some mysteries remain unresolved, keeping the triangle a region where science meets speculation. Despite the legend, the Bermuda Triangle has attracted serious scientific study. Oceanographers, meteorologists, and naval experts analyze currents, storms, and magnetic anomalies. Researchers attempt to separate myth from reality, explaining incidents with natural phenomena whenever possible. Yet the triangle retains its riddle. Some disappearances remain unsolved. Compasses fail, instruments malfunction, and human perception encounters limits. This tension between scientific explanation and mystery sets the stage for deeper exploration into natural forces, historical incidents, and unexplained phenomena that define the Bermuda Triangle. Many pilots and sailors report compass malfunctions in the Bermuda Triangle. Some areas of the region have slight variations in magnetic alignment, which could disrupt navigation instruments. Historically, navigators relied on magnetic compasses, and any deviation could result in errors of several degrees, enough to misdirect aircraft and ships over vast distances. Modern research indicates that anomalies in the Earth's magnetic field may interact with local geological formations beneath the ocean floor, though these effects are subtle. Despite explanations, tailies of compasses spinning uncontrollably continue to feed public fascination, blurring the line between science and legend. Chinese letter, Chinese letter, Chinese letter, Chinese letter. Chinese letter, Chinese letter, Chinese letter, Chinese letter. Scientific explanations, natural phenomena. While legends capture the imagination, science offers potential explanations for many Bermuda Triangle incidents. Oceanographers and meteorologists suggest that natural phenomena, ranging from sudden storms to rogue waves, play a significant role in the disappearances. The Atlantic Ocean, especially in the Triangle region, is a dynamic system where currents, wind patterns, and temperature gradients interact in complex ways. One major factor is the Gulf Stream, a swift and powerful current that flows along the eastern coast of the United States before veering toward Europe. Ships caught in the Gulf Stream can be swept miles off course in a matter of hours, sometimes into hazardous reefs or unexpected storms. Hurricanes, which form frequently in the Atlantic, can arise suddenly, bringing catastrophic winds, torrential rain, and towering waves that overwhelm even the sturdiest vessels. Rogue waves, once considered maritime folklore, have now been confirmed by satellite imaging to reach heights exceeding 80 feet, capable of capsizing ships instantly. Scientists also examine atmospheric conditions. Microbursts, sudden downdrafts of wind, can strike aircraft unexpectedly, causing sudden turbulence and disorientation. These natural events often occur without warning and can overwhelm even experienced navigators. While scientific studies cannot explain every disappearance, they provide critical context for understanding the environmental dangers present in the triangle, bridging the gap between myth and reality. Rogue waves and hurricanes. Rogue waves are among the most mysterious and destructive natural phenomena in the triangle. Unlike typical ocean waves, which follow predictable patterns, rogue waves appear suddenly, reaching heights that dwarf even large ships. Mariners describe waves forming without wind or storm, sometimes creating a wall of water hundreds of feet high. These waves can capsize vessels instantly, leaving no time for distress signals. Hurricanes, another common feature, further complicate navigation. The triangle lies along the path of many tropical storms that form in the Caribbean and Gulf of Mexico. Storms can intensify rapidly, catching ships and aircraft in their path. Historical records reveal numerous incidents where vessels were lost during hurricanes, but the speed and unpredictability of these storms often amplify the mystery. Methane hydrate theory. Some scientists propose the methane hydrate theory. Methane trapped in frozen deposits beneath the ocean floor can erupt suddenly, reducing water density and causing ships to sink rapidly. Explosive releases may also create bubbles that interfere with sonar and engine performance. While evidence exists in other parts of the ocean, the triangle's underwater topography may amplify these effects. The theory offers a natural explanation for several unexplained sinkings, but remains speculative. Official reports from the U.S. Navy and Coast Guard document numerous disappearances. While many incidents have logical explanations, some remain unexplained even after rigorous investigation. Flight 19 is the most notable, but other military missions have reported similar occurrences: sudden instrument failures, lost communications, and ships never reaching their destinations. Government records provide factual context for the legends, highlighting patterns while leaving room for mystery. Underwater topography. The ocean floor beneath the Bermuda Triangle is rugged and complex. Deep trenches, underwater mountains, and sudden drop-offs create hazardous conditions for vessels. Submarine studies reveal that some areas have extreme depths, strong currents, and underwater caverns. Such features can trap wreckage, prevent recovery, and create illusions of sudden disappearances. Understanding the topography helps explain why some incidents leave no debris, adding a layer of natural explanation to the triangle's reputation. Sonar and deep-sea findings. Sonar mapping and deep-sea exploration have revealed sunken ships and aircraft scattered across the triangle's ocean floor. Some wrecks show evidence of capsizing in storms, while others appear intact, suggesting rapid sinking or other forces at play. Modern exploration also uncovers methane seeps, unusual sediment patterns, and underwater canyons that contribute to environmental hazards. These findings provide insight but also raise new questions, as some wrecks defy expected explanations. Unsolved disappearances. Despite scientific and historical analysis, some disappearances remain unsolved. Boats vanish during calm weather, aircraft fail without mechanical cause, and survivors occasionally report phenomena defying explanation. These incidents maintain the Bermuda Triangle's mystique, bridging the gap between documented reality and legend. The unsolved cases are the heart of the Triangle's allure, compelling explorers, scientists, and storytellers to continue investigating, questioning, and imagining the forces at play beneath its waters. Flight and ship case studies. Over the decades, the Bermuda Triangle has claimed dozens of aircraft and vessels, each disappearance adding layers to its legend. Flight 19 was only the beginning. Other incidents illustrate the variety of circumstances under which people vanish. One of the most compelling cases is the disappearance of the Star Tiger, a British South American Airways passenger plane, which vanished in 1948 en route from the Azores to Bermuda. Despite clear weather reports and routine flight plans, the plane never reached its destination. Search parties found no wreckage and the mystery remains unsolved. Similarly, the Star Ariel disappeared in 1949 under similar circumstances, sparking speculation about patterns or anomalies within the triangle. Both flights involved experienced crews, functioning aircraft, and no indication of mechanical failure before the final transmissions. These incidents fueled public interest and prompted military and civilian authorities to investigate whether common environmental or navigational hazards were involved. Ships, too, have fallen victim to the triangle. The USS Cyclops, a Navy cargo ship, vanished in 1918 while carrying a full load of manganese ore from Barbados to Baltimore. The Cyclops was over 500 feet long and heavily crewed, yet it disappeared without distress calls or debris. Historians argue that structural issues or weather could have played a role, but no definitive evidence exists. Other merchant vessels have reported similar sudden disappearances, leaving behind only speculation, records, and sometimes ghostly accounts from the sea. Patterns emerge from these case studies. Many incidents involve routine routes, experienced crews, and well-maintained equipment. Some disappearances occur during calm conditions, while others coincide with storms or rough seas. This variability suggests multiple contributing factors, natural, technological, and human, all interacting unpredictably. Eyewitness testimonies complement these case studies. Survivors from smaller boats report sudden fogs, swirling waters, and strange lights. Pilots recount instrument failure, compass anomalies, and a sense of disorientation that intensifies under stress. Collectively, these experiences demonstrate that the Bermuda Triangle is not merely a place of superstition, but a region where environmental hazards, human limitations, and technology converge to create real and compelling mysteries. Scientific investigations have attempted to categorize incidents by cause. Some are explained by navigational error, human misjudgment, or mechanical failure. Others align with environmental hazards like hurricanes, rogue waves, or sudden weather changes. A final group, however, remains unexplained, challenging the boundaries of knowledge. These unsolved cases keep the legend alive, ensuring that curiosity and fear continue to attract explorers and researchers to the region. As we examine these case studies, a recurring theme becomes evident. The Bermuda Triangle represents a complex interplay between human activity and natural forces. The region's power lies not only in its capacity to engulf vessels, but also in its ability to defy expectations, disrupt technology, and confound even the most experienced navigators. Each disappearance, whether resolved or not, contributes to an evolving narrative that combines fact, theory, and legend, forming the enduring mystique that has made the Bermuda Triangle famous around the world. Missing vessels in the 20th century. Throughout the 20th century, the Bermuda Triangle became synonymous with lost vessels. Ships of varying sizes and purposes, cargo ships, passenger liners, and private yachts vanished, sometimes leaving behind minimal debris or no trace at all. The USS Proteus, a collier ship, disappeared in 1941 with over 50 crew members aboard. Investigators found no wreckage, and the case remains one of the most perplexing maritime mysteries in the Triangle. Merchant vessels, traveling regular trade routes, also disappeared under baffling circumstances. Crew logs often end mid-sentence, radios go silent, and no distress signals are ever recorded. Some incidents coincided with storms, while others occurred under seemingly calm weather, suggesting that multiple factors contribute to these disappearances. Historical analysis reveals that while natural hazards explain many incidents, they cannot account for every anomaly. Some ships vanished despite advanced navigation systems, favorable weather, and experienced crews. These unresolved cases deepen the mystery, leaving historians, scientists, and enthusiasts questioning the forces that might cause such disappearances in a region that is otherwise well-mapped and frequently traveled. Modern aircraft incidents. Even in the age of advanced technology, aircraft have not escaped the Triangle's mysteries. Modern planes report sudden instrument failures, unexplained radar disappearances, and temporary communication blackouts. The region's reputation has persisted in part because even sophisticated aircraft can experience navigational anomalies or environmental hazards that challenge pilots' abilities to respond. One notable incident involved a small private jet in the early 2000s, which vanished without a distress signal during a routine flight. Despite satellite tracking and GPS, investigators could not determine the cause, though weather reports indicated clear skies. Such cases reinforce the Triangle's image as a region where technology alone cannot guarantee safety, and human perception remains vulnerable to the forces at play. Commercial shipping losses. Commercial shipping has also been affected by the Triangle. Over the decades, freighters carrying cargo ranging from raw materials to manufactured goods have disappeared. Some vessels were lost during storms, others seemingly without cause. Insurance records indicate higher claims in certain areas of the triangle, suggesting an unusual concentration of maritime losses compared to other heavily trafficked routes. These patterns have drawn attention from shipping companies, insurers, and maritime safety authorities, highlighting the triangle's ongoing relevance as both a natural hazard and a region of enduring intrigue. Cruise ship anecdotes. Passenger cruise ships navigating the triangle occasionally report strange occurrences. Compass readings fluctuate, equipment malfunctions, and crew members sometimes witness unexplained lights or sounds. Though commercial vessels rarely disappear, the psychological impact of these experiences contributes to the region's mystique. Anecdotes from tourists and crew alike emphasize the combination of natural beauty and latent danger, creating tension between leisure and fear, curiosity and caution. Naval exploration reports. Naval investigations provide a factual framework for understanding the triangle. Reports document patterns of disappearances, instrument malfunctions, and environmental hazards. Submarine and surface ship explorations reveal complex currents, unpredictable weather, and topographical anomalies. Such findings suggest that while human error is a factor, the region's natural characteristics create unique challenges that amplify risk and contribute to the mystery. As scientific explanations struggled to resolve every disappearance, alternative theories began to take hold. Among the most controversial is the idea that unidentified flying objects play a role in the Bermuda Triangle. Pilots and sailors have long reported strange lights moving at impossible speeds, hovering silently above the ocean, or descending into the water without a trace. These sightings often coincide with reports of instrument failure and loss of communication. During the mid-20th century, as public interest in UFOs grew, the Bermuda Triangle became linked to extraterrestrial speculation. Some witnesses described glowing orbs tracking aircraft, while others reported beams of light emerging from beneath the sea. These accounts fueled theories that advanced non-human technology might be interacting with ships and planes, either intentionally or as a byproduct of unknown activity. Skeptics argue that many UFO sightings can be explained as misidentified aircraft, atmospheric phenomena, or reflections caused by temperature inversions. However, believers point to the consistency of reports across decades, cultures, and professions. Experienced pilots and naval officers have described objects that defy known aerodynamics, accelerating instantly or changing direction without inertia. The UFO theory persists because it offers an explanation for sudden disappearances that leave no wreckage. If aircraft or vessels were removed from conventional space, either through capture or dimensional displacement, it would explain the lack of debris. While there is no physical evidence to support this claim, the theory continues to thrive in popular culture and keeps the triangle firmly planted in the realm of cosmic mystery. Time warps and dimensional anomalies. Another theory suggests that the Bermuda Triangle is a region where time and space behave abnormally. Survivors have reported missing hours, distorted perceptions of time, and sudden jumps in location. Pilots recount flights that should have taken hours but were completed far faster than expected, while others experienced prolonged journeys without explanation. Some researchers propose that electromagnetic disturbances could affect human perception and navigation systems simultaneously. Others speculate about natural portals or rifts where dimensions overlap, temporarily displacing objects outside normal space-time. These ideas are speculative, but are supported by recurring witness testimonies describing similar sensations of disorientation and temporal distortion. One famous account involves pilots who reported flying through a strange cloud where visibility vanished and instruments went dark. When they emerged, they found themselves far off course, yet fuel consumption suggested no extra flight time had passed. Such incidents defy conventional physics and continue to intrigue scientists and theorists alike. While mainstream science does not recognize natural time warps in this region, the persistence of these accounts keeps the theory alive. The Bermuda Triangle, in this view, becomes not just a dangerous oceanic region but a boundary between realities. Ghost ship stories. The ocean has always been a place of haunting legends, and the Bermuda Triangle is no exception. Ghost ship stories form a chilling part of its lore. Vessels have been found drifting with no crew aboard, sails intact, engines running, and meals left uneaten. The most famous example is the Mary Celeste, often associated with triangle myths despite disputed location details. Reports of abandoned ships reinforce fears of sudden evacuation or disappearance without warning. Some vessels show no signs of struggle, damage, or distress, raising unsettling questions. Did the crew flee? Were they taken? Or did they vanish instantly? Maritime historians note that natural explanations exist, including piracy, storms, or toxic gas exposure. Yet the eerie condition of some ships defies easy answers. These stories persist because they tap into a deep human fear of sudden abandonment and unseen forces. Ghost ships drifting silently across open water symbolize the triangle itself, empty, dangerous, and filled with unanswered questions. Some theories link the Bermuda Triangle to the lost civilization of Atlantis. According to legend, Atlantis was a highly advanced society that vanished beneath the sea. Believers argue that remnants of Atlantean technology could still exist beneath the triangle, emitting powerful energy fields that interfere with navigation and electronics. Claims include underwater pyramids, symmetrical stone formations, and energy crystals capable of manipulating space or matter. While most scientists dismiss these ideas as pseudoscience, underwater discoveries of unusual formations have fueled speculation. The Atlantis theory persists because it blends history, mythology, and mystery into a single narrative. It suggests that the triangle is not merely dangerous but ancient, guarding secrets from a forgotten world. Ancient myths and early warnings. Long before modern ships and aircraft, ancient civilizations told stories of dangerous waters in the Atlantic. Early sailors spoke of seas where compasses failed and ships vanished. These legends were passed down orally, shaping maritime caution long before scientific explanation existed. Some historians point to records from ancient Phoenicians and early European explorers who avoided certain routes due to strange occurrences. Maps from the Middle Ages labeled parts of the Atlantic with warnings of monsters, storms, and cursed waters. While symbolic, these markings reflected real fear born from experience. The Bermuda Triangle may have inherited its reputation from centuries of accumulated caution. Each unexplained loss reinforced the belief that something about this region was inherently dangerous. These myths became the foundation upon which modern legends were built. In this sense, the triangle is not a new mystery but an old one, rediscovered by each generation and reshaped by contemporary understanding. The role of magnetic declination. One of the most cited scientific explanations involves magnetic declination, the difference between true north and magnetic north. The Bermuda Triangle lies near a zone where this difference fluctuates, potentially confusing navigators who fail to account for it. In earlier centuries, when navigation relied heavily on compasses, even small errors could lead to massive course deviations. Ships could drift far off route without realizing it, eventually running out of fuel or encountering dangerous waters. Modern navigation systems compensate for magnetic variation, yet errors still occur. Pilots and sailors unfamiliar with the region may misinterpret readings, especially under pressure. This explanation does not account for every disappearance, but it offers a plausible reason for many. Magnetic declination transforms the triangle from a supernatural anomaly into a navigational challenge that punishes even minor mistakes. Technological limitations of the past. Many famous triangle disappearances occurred during periods of limited technology. Aircraft lacked advanced radar, weather forecasting was primitive, and communication systems were unreliable. When emergencies occurred, distress signals often failed to transmit or were misunderstood. Flight 19, for example, flew without modern GPS, relying on visual cues and compass readings. When confusion set in, there was little support from the ground. In such conditions, small errors escalated rapidly into fatal outcomes. Understanding these limitations helps demystify some events. What once seemed inexplicable becomes tragic but understandable. Technology did not fail mysteriously, it simply had not evolved enough to handle extreme conditions. Modern aviation and the Triangle today. Despite its reputation, the Bermuda Triangle remains one of the busiest air corridors in the world. Commercial flights cross it daily without incident. Advanced navigation systems, satellite tracking, and real-time weather data have dramatically reduced risk. Pilots today receive specialized training for the region. Automated systems detect anomalies instantly, allowing corrective action before danger escalates. The contrast between past and present safety records challenges the idea of an inherently cursed zone. Yet occasional incidents still occur, reminding us that nature remains unpredictable. Technology reduces risk, but it does not eliminate it entirely. The role of human error. As investigations matured, one factor appeared again and again: human error. The ocean does not forgive hesitation, miscalculation, or panic. In many Bermuda Triangle cases, experienced crews made decisions under extreme stress, limited visibility, and incomplete information. Navigation errors compound quickly at sea and in the air. A single incorrect heading can place a vessel hundreds of miles off course. Fatigue dulls judgment. Pride prevents pilots from admitting confusion. Small mistakes become irreversible when fuel runs low or storms close in. This perspective does not diminish tragedy, it humanizes it. The triangle becomes a place where the margin for error is razor thin, where nature magnifies every weakness. Understanding this reframes the mystery not as an enemy, but as a test. Survivors who made it back. For every disappearance, there are survivors who escaped. Their stories are often overlooked because survival does not shock the imagination, yet their accounts are critical. Sailors describe sudden storms forming without warning. Pilots recall moments when the horizon vanished and the sky turned metallic gray. Many speak of an overwhelming silence, as if the world paused. What saved them was not luck alone, but discipline, calm, and training. These survivors offer the most grounded insight into the triangle. It is dangerous but not supernatural. Those who respect it, prepare for it, and remain calm can pass through safely. With the rise of the internet, the Bermuda Triangle entered a new phase. Stories spread instantly, videos exaggerate facts, fiction blends seamlessly with reality. False disappearances circulate online, old incidents resurface as new. Dramatic music and selective editing amplify fear. Algorithms reward mystery over truth. The triangle evolves with technology. It is no longer just an ocean region. It is a digital legend reshaped by clicks and curiosity. Scientific consensus today. Today, most scientists agree that the Bermuda Triangle does not possess unique supernatural properties. It is a heavily traveled region with challenging weather, strong currents, and complex navigation demands. Disappearances occur here for the same reasons they occur elsewhere: storms, equipment failure, human error, and sheer bad luck. Science does not claim perfection, it claims probability, and statistically, the triangle is not exceptional. Why people still believe? Belief does not require proof, it requires meaning. The Bermuda Triangle represents chaos in a world we want ordered. It reminds us that technology cannot conquer everything, that the ocean remains vast and indifferent. People believe because the mystery feels alive, because unanswered questions echo louder than solved ones. Over time, the Bermuda Triangle has become more than a place. It is a symbol of the unknown, a reminder that exploration carries risk. Every era has its triangle. For ancient sailors, it was the edge of the map. For astronauts, it is deep space. The mystery shifts, but the fear remains the same. What the ocean teaches us. The ocean does not explain itself. It demands respect, preparation, and humility. The Bermuda Triangle teaches that knowledge reduces fear but never eliminates it. That curiosity drives progress, but caution preserves life. It reminds us that survival depends not on conquering nature, but understanding it. The final question. So what is the Bermuda Triangle? A myth inflated by media. A region shaped by nature. A cautionary tale written in salt and steel. Perhaps it is all of these. Or perhaps the real mystery is why we need it to be more. As the sun sets over the Atlantic, the ocean returns to silence. Ships pass, planes fly overhead, life continues. The Bermuda Triangle does not hunt, it does not choose victims, it simply exists. The mystery was never about the ocean. It was about us. Our fear of losing control. Our fascination with disappearance. Our need for wonder in a world mapped and measured. And as long as humans look out over the sea and ask what lies beyond, the Bermuda Triangle will never truly disappear. If this journey through the Bermuda Triangle stirred your curiosity, challenged what you thought you knew, or kept you questioning until the very end, then this story has only just begun. There are countless mysteries hidden across our planet and far beyond it. Stories of science, history, and the unknown that deserve to be explored with depth, clarity, and wonder. If you enjoyed this video, take a moment to like it. It helps this story reach others who are searching for answers. Subscribe to the channel for more real-life mysteries, deep investigations, and cinematic documentaries that go beyond headlines and into the truth behind the legend. And before you leave, share your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe the Bermuda Triangle is fully explained, or do you think some mysteries are meant to remain unsolved? Until next time, keep questioning what lies beyond the horizon.